Hello and welcome to the Sorare Data Show. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdinho on Sorare. Joined today and not yesterday, around 3 o'clock Eastern, by Harry Trades. Harry, man, did I get a lot of people excited yesterday, and then just the crushing news that we were not streaming yesterday, but today.
I know the people thought that the two streams a day were back for you, but unfortunately not.
It was not. Yeah, it was totally my fault. The chat was really bumping too. People were very excited for the doubleheader, and it seems like the chat has disappeared from yesterday. I guess YouTube was just like YouTube was like, nah, you can't have fun for 20 hours before the stream. So yeah, as Tom says, we're only 20 hours late today. Yeah, apologies. I will say that it was nice to see the excitement for 2 streams a day, because it is something I've been thinking about. So I wouldn't rule it out. I would rule it out for yesterday, though. That's not happening. Harry and I are here today. Anyway, thank you to everybody for coming in. Bob Franklin said, I don't just play in season wrong, but classic too, which is there's the confidence we need. Tom got the silver here. And of course, this is everybody who left or whose comments started today that YouTube didn't delete yesterday. I didn't even see who got the podium yesterday, so apologies for that. And Toby said, it's never wrong if you're having fun. SGT, how can it be so wrong when it feels so right? Love these. Liam, Surf, what's up? Oh, Germ, sending you a DM, although I think you said you got that already. Hachini, what's up? Kev, Jack, who I can't call Jack Fork because of Shaforkle, sorry. Braden said, I thought I was doing fine at in-season. ZM Star, John Andrews. Nixon said, I'm not doing it wrong. I'm sure Wolves will be a competent team soon, right? Raska Misaki, KB, there's Shaforkle. Tuggy, what's up? Mike Baston, Gavin Ty, Angelo, ciao to you. Red or Dead 69, Quinny in the house. Quinny's got a stream later in 2 hours. So everybody go over to Quinny 3001. Hit that notification. What is it, a bell? I don't even know what the
bell button.
Something. So you know. Dia Egan, Dia?
I say Dia. I don't know if it's right, though.
Yeah, I'm going with Dia. Major NFT, Casper. That's a lot of people here. KB said we must have been on the podium yesterday. So, yeah.
He had an
Mike, we are getting 2 streams today. Just one of them is over on Quinny's stream. And Harry's streaming it in 2 hours too also. Plenty of streams, guys. Come on.
Loads of streams.
B Green, who I don't recognize, so hello. General question. The new season wrapped cards of players that get loaned out. If you never open the pack, will you retain the collection bonus for the club labeled on the card? Not only will you have to. If you open the card, it is no longer part of the original collection, which I get, but is also kind of a bummer. Like, I'm going to have some cards that I know of that are going to be wrapped forever, and I'm just like...
I'd rather a ghost card. Just give me a card with no face.
Yeah, and just... at least the bad, you know,
the outline.
I guess you can make an argument that these are ghost cards.
Kind of, yeah, but they just get rid of the packet, like.
Right. It would be funny if we could open it and then it just looks exactly the same. But like, oh wait, hold on. Let me share the screen, because there is a bit of a silhouette, if you will. Like right here.
Yeah.
He's there. Don't mind my other purchases. Anyway, Mike says he'll needs a hell of a lot of work from me today to regain yesterday's vibe. I hate to say it. Malky, what's up? The chat was very excited. And so I appreciate everybody who has the notifications on. Sora Sol from España. Buenos tardes. Yeah. Oh, maybe noches. What time is it there? 5 o'clock. I don't know when it switches over. Anyway, Sora Scout, what's up? Ian said, I don't play in season, so how can I be wrong? But it might also be Ian. I can be wrong about that. Genesis, what's up? Harry, what do you got on this name? Eichby? The German? Eich? Oh. My bank account agrees.
HB is the his profile picture, so I'm going to go HB.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it could be HB. Yeah, HB. But HB? Instead of like, there's like a rapper in the UK called H, like AITCH. So that could just be a knockoff version of that with an E instead of an A.
Why are we spelling letters?
I don't know.
Anyway. Mike Bass and a double layer stream is so rare. That's not true. We used to do them all the time. All the time. Anyway, Jamie, what's up? Sora Nils, Aaron, hi. Cameron, if you don't have in season, are you playing so rare wrong? That's actually an interesting question. Brad said, I don't even play in season. I'm just here for the banter. That's Bacchus, what's up? Jamie said, I got 260 points in Challenger in season with 1% collection bonus. Can't believe I didn't get a reward. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Harry, you had this question here. You had a La Liga team, or you had a almost
I had a
fifths of one.
No, I had a full La Liga.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah. There's only La Liga playing this.
Right. So where did you go? La Liga or Champ?
I went La Liga. I mean, if I'm gonna smash, like, I'd prefer it to be in the comp that like has the better rewards, right?
That's fair.
Assuming, that's obviously a big assumption, and but I'd rather do that.
Yeah. Like you'd rather win Mbappe than some like shit Premier League guy. Anyway.
Right.
Let's see here. Who else is? Lots of other people here. Let's see. Oh, Peter Stoyanov, who you may see on this channel in the not too distant future. Mohammed, what's up? Johnny, Arthur is still saying hi. I'm going to just skip everyone else because the fake Mike Baston is here and I don't want to have to keep going through it. Anyway, so Harry, when we were looking at one of the lineups that won, was it Contender Division 1 in Limited this past weekend?
Yeah, it was definitely Contender, wasn't it? I remember the lineup, I think.
So the lineup, if I can remember correctly, it was Butland, Tavernier, if that's how we say his name. Yeah. Obliakov, Usami, and I can't remember the last one.
It was Wanizek, wasn't it?
Ooh, probably was. Ironically, a player I have.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you had similar cap. I think he was no, Obliakov was captain.
Yeah. All right, let me pull this lineup up. And because Harry and I both saw this lineup, and we were like, this is how you win in season. And this is not how people are generally playing it. So, he's got multiple Butlands. Oh, no, excuse me, that was the same card. Here we go. So this lineup won $1,000. Who said you can't win in Contender?
What did you tell me it was worth after again? Like 100 and something bucks?
It was like 130 maybe. And I think what we are like, the big thing that people are missing when it comes to in-season lineups, which is ironic because all we think about is like, you have 1 year or 1 season to get the value out of the cards. That Usami card, you can have, well, maybe not that one. You can have a new season Takashi Usami right now for $7. And frankly, I think the recent sales are even lower.
Wouldn't surprise me.
$630. I think they said, did we say that he got his for like, I thought it was $917, excuse me. Okay. How much is this? Just printing. But anyway, what jumped out at me in this lineup was the Usami one. Because I was like looking at it and you're like, wait, this isn't for in-season cards. It's like, oh no, the Usami one still is. He still has 10 games left. Right. And I think that there's this weird like misstep when it comes to in season that you're like, I only have, let's call it 30 to 38 games to get all of my utility. And Usami's only like 25 in and everyone's like, oh, I don't want this card anymore because like the utility's gone. You can still use it and you can still smash. And obviously this Obliakov card is old and he's been smashing lately, but like, and that's a whole nother thing of like using an old season card in season competitions. But Harry and I were basically like this lineup, and we could even just call it like Butland, like just the Rangers stack. And you can play the rest of your 3 kind of week to week. I believe you called it Gator Guying it, which I think we need to rebrand, but we'll figure it out. But I think from like the limited perspective, that's the way to do it. Like we've seen this past weekend, the whole like collection bonus or lack of collection bonus in stacks and people playing 5-player stack just might not be the best way to win all these comps.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think, like Sean mentioned it yesterday, and he mentions it quite a lot, and it's valid in that like limited, and it is becoming quite apparent in rare, but limited is so apparent that like, you know, we just said that lineup cost $150. Let's just say it's winning $1,000. Like, you know, the multiple is like you're not able to replicate that anywhere else on the game right now.
No.
And win straight cash. Like you might win a card worth X, but like it's just not going to happen. Like you aren't going to be able to build a team for X and multiply it by 6, 7, 8X in one win, like one weekend. So the power in there is huge, you know, as far as EV goes and all that stuff. And like you said, it is the play. Have a base, have like a defensive stack base, like we saw with Rangers, like an elite defensive stack. Yeah, that is going to be the chunk of the $150, $200 lineup. But every week or every other week or however you want to play it by fixtures, you know, you're looking like, I know that guy's he's had 300 in that lineup. Like, come on, like that is ridiculous. And a couple of 70, like high 70s. Like it's not as if like he's got like a dud in there. Like he has smash and deserves so, you know, to kind of win that type of reward. But like, I just think there is the element of being able to chop and change and gate a guy your way into these type of wins in contender and challenger, because we have those sneaky MLS, the sneaky J League, Mexican League, Argentinian League cards that are still in season and competing against these European clubs who have only just got started. Like, you know, these players start, you know, they've just had preseason. There's obviously teams that have already started smashing or whatever, but like we've got leagues that are already, you know, way into their league, and like things are just a little bit more predictable. Like you kind of know Sammy's going to be okay at home to whoever. Like there's just things that, and you're doing it for like a really cheap price compared to, you know, who's the equivalent to an Usami this weekend in contender, like in the European in-season side of things. I can't think of one off the top of my head. I don't know, Nicholas Kuhn. I'm trying to think of somebody that's like, you know, he's probably going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8X an Usami because he's got a whole season ahead. But we don't care about that. We care about one weekend, maybe two if they've got 2 home fixtures and, you know, whatever. You want to keep them for longer than a week. But man, I think like this is only possible in limited, I think, realistically.
Totally agree.
Because the margins, like even when you do, like so say Osami didn't smash and you didn't win this weekend and he has a horrible fixture next week away to Kawasaki. Well, he has to go, right? He's just no use to you for that week and, you know, for next week or whatever. So you're going to have to bring someone else in. And I just think like, yeah, you can lose, like percentage wise, you might lose it like quite a lot on some of these cards from week to week, depending on the fixtures and stuff. Because who's going to want to buy an Usami for like the amount that you paid for if they've got, you know, Kawasaki away. But I think you can make up that difference so much with a win. It almost becomes irrelevant what you've lost on that Usami and what you've paid for whoever for the next week, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it generally comes down to, and Keith Gator Guy is the one who actually looks at it this way. I don't think most people tend to look at Sorare in this lens because all of the competitions are free to enter. You just have to buy cards. And he's like, the cards are my entry fee. And so it's like, am I willing to pay $20 to try to win 1,000? And the answer is like, yes, I am. So I did the math here on the cards that they actually, that this user, and I apologize, I actually wasn't even saying who they were. Fred the Almighty was the Sorare manager. So Fred paid $141 for that lineup.
Wow.
It was $19.29 for Oblikov, which he bought 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
$49 for Tavernier. Do you pronounce the
Tavernier?
Tavernier? Why do I keep saying Tavernier? Is there another player? Whatever. 46 for Butland, which seems really cheap. 17 for Vonnetzek and 9 for Usami. I have this week's Usami.
I was going to say, yeah, we need to research who the next week's Usami is then, right? And you've already got it.
Already got it. It couldn't have been any easier. He is the top pick scorer in contender this week. His new season limited card has a floor price of $8.77.
Jesus. Who is that? Is he a European card? Oh, it's another cheat code.
Think of all of the
Mexican.
Nope. Think of like the epic cheat codes on Sorare from the forward.
Cecilia. Of course it is. Like, yeah, this is where it's just not too easy to win, but like it's too easy to pick a card like this for that amount of money. Like it genuinely is, because he only has X amount of games left. It doesn't matter. He's home to Ichion, whoever they're called. Like, that is what you're buying him for. You're buying him for 1 week. They've got Seoul at home. I mean, they've got actually not a bad running. So like, I'm not saying buy cards for one.
Don't they?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely. Yeah, there's a couple of other games I think involved with K-League, but like things like that. It's just, the issue this weekend, Celtic play Rangers. So it actually isn't like a great example of that defensive stack. But like the guy's just won $1,000. Like if he wants to rinse and repeat, he goes and buys Sisinia. I don't know who Wanazek has, but I don't know who Oblakov has. But like, okay, on paper, you would probably want another defensive stack for this weekend if we're being really picky. Like if you really want to push again.
Yeah, agreed.
Which is doable. You've just won $1,000. So, you're only going to be outlaying $50 probably max, right? And I know it's easy to say once you've won the 1,000, but
Yeah, that matchup is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. And then who is it? One is it?
Marvin's a AAA.
They're rubbish as well. Braunschweig. They just lost 6-0 to Cologne. So like you've got two of the players already. You buy Cecilia for $8. You're $8 deep now. And then who's the defensive?
What can you sell Usami for?
Probably like $5, maybe. Yeah.
It's too easy.
And then who's the defensive stack is obviously the big one, right? Like that's where you are going to have to spend a lot more for this weekend. I'm trying to think. Does River play anyone half decent?
They don't have a great matchup.
Okay.
Oh, wait, this is midweek. All right. Look at this. We're going back to a game week preview show. You guys thought they were gone.
San Frecce.
Oh wait, someone mentioned Sturm Graz earlier. Peter here said, I came third in contender Division 1 a few weeks ago with a Sturm Graz team that cost me around £100.
It's doable. Like it is. I mean, San Frecce are standing out to me there. Yeah, Fabian says it as well. I know, Led, you're a fan as well. And
big fan.
Let's fan.
See. Osako,
wow.
$15.
So $15 on Osako. You only need one of the defenders. You could do both, but let's just call it. Who's been the best? Is it? It's not Show, is it? He's gone dusty.
No. Yeah. Hell no.
It's Araka. Yeah. I bet you he's like $5. Yeah.
$4.90.
So $20, $28 to rinse, 2/3 of the lineup, or 2/5, of the lineup of last week. Keep the two mids, bring in a new forward, bring in a new defensive stack, and boom. Like you have another real shot at like something really good. I know there's collection bonuses and people are going to have better San Frecce defensive stacks than you, but he's at home, right? 7. See that? Yeah.
His is that he ran out. That was the problem.
Okay. Yeah.
He doesn't have any. There's a. Oh yeah. So they're not that expensive.
Okay. Yeah, that's not terrible.
Sebi here was really interested.
Yeah, what's going on there?
So says Lingard's on a heater, which I'm not here for that.
Just because
look at what the heater looks like for Jesse Lingard.
Oh, please don't say that. Come on. That's
Toby, I think you're right here. That guy just wanted to pay $69 for the memes, for sure.
Come on now. If that's what a heater is, then they have different definitions in Korea than the rest of the world.
Man, I'm tempted to just buy these 5. I really can't.
You don't even
I can't
need
buy
to.
more Frecce guys. I can't.
I was going to say, do you not have Osako Limited and stuff?
I don't have Osako Limited, no.
I don't know. I just think this is so doable right now for the next 2 months because the prize pools are buffed up because you've got Europe playing. So yeah, there's more competition, granted, but there's so many of those cheat code K-League, J-League, whatever league that we mentioned already for a fraction of the price. And I know you're only getting a fraction of the utility, but ultimately we're not playing the long game on these cards. Realistically, we're looking to just get in, win, get out.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen every week, but you are putting yourself in the best position possible by picking up the best guys on paper. Now I know football's not played on paper, but you're giving yourself half decent chance, aren't you? If you're buying Cecinias and Sanfrecce 6 games unbeaten defensive stacks, like you're going to be in the running for not much of an outlay when you've just won a grand. Like I can't emphasize that enough. Like he's playing, like he's literally playing with house money times 100 at this point. At that, because he doesn't look like he has the biggest of galleries. No disrespect, like it just looks like a couple of limited lineups. He might have other cards that he doesn't play, and that's fine. But like, what's he got there? 1, 2, 3, like 5 lineups led.
Yeah, let's see here. Yeah,
doubled his gallery value in one.
He's double. Yeah,
like I'm not saying that shouldn't be possible because I don't like. It's great that it is possible.
My God,
I think.
He's got a Wule.
No way. Is that a new acquisition?
He's dominating Challenger too, or a Classic. He's got all the Chinese guys.
Yeah, he's got the right idea. Like this is how you kind of win or put yourself in the best position to win contender. Little Benny. Yeah, I mean he's on the right track. He's not Gustafsson. What a legend.
$6. Oh,
that's wild. He went from the best mid in contender to $6.
So he's got Mitsuda, but no
Sanfrecce.
No, let's just make some lineups here. Contender in season. What's left? Ooh, against Gamba. I don't love that.
Yeah, that's not great. I mean, he already has some decent options.
Nishikawa. Oof.
I know. Probably that Barisic. I know he's away, but he's an absolute animal.
That's a classic out of season, though, so we can't.
Yeah, that kills us.
Oh, he's got MMD. That's a tough matchup this week. Oh, but Vonacek. And then
Akizaka and Wanazek. What a double dynamic duo that is. Mitsuta,
everybody's away.
Apart from Mitsuta. I mean, he's already got some big pieces, really.
Nope. Yeah.
Like, he's not a million miles off there. If you want to be stingy, you wouldn't buy Sicilian. You just play Mitsuta. Like, if you really care about the $8. But
yep.
I don't know. I just think this is so possible right now because, like I've already mentioned it, but it is like going under the radar. Like even MLS cards, I know, there's some big challenger teams in Europe, and granted that PSVs and whatever, we get it, but there's still some like weird, like cheap cards, man. Like cheap, in parentheses, but like there's just stupidly, cheap cards going at this point in the MLS, and they're in season for however long now until playoffs as well. There's opportunities. There definitely is.
Agent Cooper said, so we're watching the screen ripping off the Stars Will Be Stars posters off their office walls.
Literally. But like that guy, he's just won a grand, right, Laird? If he really wanted to, and I know it looks like contender is his bread and butter, but like objectively, he's completed contender.
Yep.
He can repeat it, but he can't get any better. It's impossible unless he moves up scarcities or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it like he's earned the right now to go out and buy an absolute killer if he really wanted to? He doesn't have to. Challenge or champion limited in season setup. Like $1,000 goes goes quite far in those competitions right now and in season. Like he could turn that grand. I know I'm sounding a bit like Sean here, but like there's just some really good possibilities with that type of money. Like he's done his job in contend. Like his pay is done. Like not to say don't play it because you're obviously quite heavy there already, but like the possibilities now to go and play in season elsewhere in the game across the same scarcity becomes like so much more viable for you. You could be putting out, say, 6 lineups across 3 challenge-ins. Like if you really wanted to, you could probably do 2 or 3 in season chal, a couple of champ if you want to do a prem, whatever. Like, and
you could really chase it.
Yeah, and you churn in those. Like you wouldn't have to. Like the beauty of that then is the pressure's off. You don't have to win. You just have to like semi-win. Like you just have to get into the top X. You don't have to come first. He's literally done the hardest thing you have to do on this game. And, not everyone's going to be able to get lucky enough to do that, but everyone has the chance to do that. And right now it's on a stupidly low budget.
I think the irony of all of it is that all of the talk over the last 2 days is about like, it was that Spurs stack that didn't win anything, although I think they ended up winning a tier 3. But it was all like, oh, if you are going to do a collection and you're going to five-man stack a team, then you have to buy all the whole collection, and you got the XP as high as possible, and blah blah. And we're kind of here being like, if you want to like actually win, just you can go out and get some very, very good players whose, yes, their utility is not nearly as long as the like a lot of the European leagues that are starting, but they also are well into their season. They're significantly cheaper and gives you a way to pass all of these guys who are like trying to play their stacks, even when they know that they're probably not the ideal one. I think I watched, if anybody hasn't seen Nep's video on it, it's over on like the Nepenthez Sorare channel, but he went through the whole thing about why collection bonus is important, but also kind of admits at the end that like a lot of people end up playing 5-player stacks from collections, even though they might have a better player. This is your opportunity to take advantage of the people who do that, because they're not going to have Cecina in their Celtic stack that, has a tough matchup this weekend. And yeah, Jack said, why buy Mbappe when you can buy Cucho, Rossi, Gil, Wagner, and Blake for half the price? That's crazy. I don't know if that's actually right, but it sounds right to me.
It's probably right.
Yeah.
It's definitely right it's probably right in all scarcities. I'm just trying to think of the value.
I was thinking specifically in limited. Well, let's only one.
I think Mbappe would be worth way more. Genuine. Actually, Mbappe's $200. £200, sorry, roughly. So what, $250? I don't know what a Cucho limited goes for is the issue, but I know the other ones aren't that expensive.
I mean, a Cucho rare is 188.
Right.
So let's call it 50. 50 for Cucho. Surely he's the most expensive. 30, we're up to $80. Wagner, 20, $100.
It's easy in.
Blake, 13.
You could buy this team twice over, almost.
115. Who did I miss? Carlos
Gil's probably $10.
115 plus 20. 135 for that team.
You could buy two. Like you could actually buy two of those teams in season as well.
In season, yeah.
Which is just bonkers. I know you've only got 8 or 7 game weeks plus the playoffs, but one Mbappe on his own ain't going to do you any good. You need good cards around him at the end of the day.
Yeah, right.
Like you're literally buying. And I know this is going back to the opposite of the stars. Stars will be stars thing, but like I don't know there's definitely risk in it because you might not win anything in those 8 game weeks, and that is a risk. Like there's definitely downside. We're not buying money here. No one's buying money, and if it was this easy, everyone would be doing it. Like this is just simple as. But like the guys just showed us that. With certain stacks, certain game weeks, and certain matchups, for not very much, you can make some magic happen on this game. You really can.
I don't know if this is actually Mike Baston making this comment, since he's had some chat. People are copying him in the chat, but there's a great line. Seriously, if this was Bob Flynn, the game would be changing again next month. Bickley said an MLS stack won Challenger in season Division 2 last game week.
Of course it did.
Yeah, I think the biggest lesson here is don't cut these guys off short. Like if you're going, like they have presumably 30 to 40 games a season, and a lot of these leagues still have 10 to 15 games to go, sometimes including playoffs and stuff. And I think Mike was the one earlier that the K League does like a league split. For playoffs. Okay. So like they have more games, but like, yeah, don't like, I think sometimes people look too far ahead and they're like, let me get out of this card now before it loses the utility. But like you have like use the utility now.
Mm-hmm. One big thing it's just come to my head that I understand, well, we obviously understand why they're cheaper cards. There's less utility for these in-season J League cards, but they are just less glamorous. Like, let's just put it right. Like they're not as, funky to own. I don't know what the word is. Like, they're quite hip if you've been around for a while, but like if you're new, this is like it's hard, but it's easy to get into. It's easy from like a price perspective, but from like an informational, like there's a barrier there, Laird. Like I do think somebody new coming into this game, unless they had someone like somebody that's been around for a while, whoever, anyone in the chat, me or you, to like guide him into this type of like strategy. I think it is not impossible, but it's very hard. Like nobody knows who's Sammy, unfortunately, outside of us as football nerds. And like, I just think it's so much easier for a Scottish guy from Glasgow who supports Celtic or Rangers, either one, to just buy a stack of those two teams that he supports because 1, he supports them, 2, he knows the players, 3, information's easier to get. Whereas like this type of thing is very much like you're only going to do it if you've been around for a little while, because the information just isn't there, or it isn't as apparent, if that makes sense.
I think what is apparent for this is that you can still win with those players, and it felt like the new Sorare design. And I looked down and Surface to Air Missile bought an Erikai limited 4 minutes ago.
That's amazing.
So I think what is apparent is that you can still win with these types of cards. He got Osako too. I was literally going to do it myself, and now he's doing it. Like you can still win money with these cards, and it's not like you're not going to win Mbappe, but you can end up winning a bunch of cards that can help you win more money than an Mbappe is. Like that $1,000 from that lineup we saw buys you plenty of limited Mbappes if you want. Yeah. What was it, 3 or 4 of them?
Four quite comfortably. I just think it's just not glamorous, and that's that's obviously a perception thing, and if you can get beyond that, then there is opportunities to be had. Like there really is. But there is a barrier.
This is becoming a contender appreciation show, which I know you are not about.
Yeah, maybe I'm turning my or changing my tune. Yeah, I don't know. It's good, but like I said, it isn't good at the rare limited level if you've not got much of a budget. Like I can't just go out and buy this in rare and like absorb that quite easily. Whereas in limited, I can absorb it quite comfortably and like not really stress too much if it doesn't pay off, even though the jackpot element is there. Like this does come back to that jackpot talk where it doesn't. I say it doesn't exist elsewhere on the platform because it does in little nooks and crannies, but like this is like as jackpotty as it gets. Like it's $50 lineup, but like you're choosing. Like it's not as if you're buying 5 duds. Like you're literally buying five players for one game week for 20. And I know this is might be going down like the gambling route, but like it's all a gamble at the end of the day. But like there's such high returns for like the risk to reward ratio is just like. It's like it doesn't exist anywhere else on the platform. You can't spend $50 anywhere else and win $1,000. Impossible.
I think that's the best way to put it. Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that. And I love Peter said, "Who said All Star was gone? We have contender."
It literally is just a rebrand, isn't it?
Sorare Josh said the J League might not go ahead this weekend due to a typhoon. That's the kind of extra risk you get with these players.
Yeah, literally, Led. We both experienced it this weekend with Urawa, right? With Nishikawa on for a clean sheet, back into the side after his red card. And
you got to stop with this whole on for a clean sheet. Like he had one at halftime, but we both know that means nothing with him.
It doesn't, but like that's way better than we're used to. Like we're not used to going into halftime 1-0 up with a clean sheet on the horizon. Like that's not what we're used to over here.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So Josh, is there actually another typhoon? Wasn't that a concern like 2 weeks ago?
Well, it would have been this weekend as well if Nishikawa's game got postponed, right? Because I'm pretty sure that was. Or was that lightning? I don't know. It was weather. It was definitely weather related.
Yeah. Let's see. This is my favorite. John Andrews said the Tottenham stack tweet will be a contender lineup tweet this weekend when we've all bought the same lineup and finished with 520 points.
I can't wait to see that.
That's okay. That is, man. I would guess the easiest lineup build this week is Osako, one of the Sanfrecce center back. That's where you can differentiate. Get Nakano. Cecilia, who was let's just go back to our game week preview here.
Could just do one as that because I know he was away, but like it was still a smash.
Bradley Danger.
Yeah, he's really good.
Danger, excuse me.
Danger, yeah.
Yeah, he's really good, isn't he?
POV at home. Jesus, that's 100 points waiting to happen, isn't it? I mean, Club America are pretty decent, but like,
Yeah.
he's still ridiculous. I would
Savio?
argue, yeah.
What's a Savio in season cost now? Limited 13.
So what can you do? Savio, Cecilia, Osako, POV, and an extra player.
You could just do Arakai.
Or if you wanted to, if you want to keep this
with POV.
together.
Oh wait, Danger. No, he's a midfielder, right?
I think he has both.
He has both. Yeah. Let's see. Whatever.
I think you want the defender.
In season or defender. Well, I guess he could be your
extra. Yeah. Your out of season. Yeah. Okay. It's $50 still though, realistic, or like 60 probably.
Is it that much? Well, I guess Danger is expensive.
Well, the goalie Osako's 15, isn't he?
Yeah, you're right.
It's like 15, 8, 13, 12.
I mean,
$2.
$5 for the in season.
Okay. You could, if you could handpick it, you could handpick it all to be at home as well if you really want the OCD-ness of that, and there's obviously benefits to it and whatever. But Vicente,
like I was saying, don't forget Inigo Vicente away to Oviedo.
Yeah. It's not easy. Oviedo have kept 2 clean sheets in 2 games.
Who's their goalie now?
I actually sold him. Led is
this guy? Really?
He's the Santander keeper.
Oh,
it's the one from Girona backup. Yeah, Escandel. Look at his 2 scores, Led. Yeah.
Both away.
Both away, yeah. Yeah. Wow. I don't know.
There are a lot of ways
possible. Like this just isn't possible in Champ for obvious reasons, because there is just no leagues that are midway through or 2/3 of the way through. Like we're saying that this whole topic it's mainly contender, but it is, I think it is doable in Challenger as well. Like we've just said with the the MLS stuff. Yeah, okay, you are probably spending 3 or 4 or 5x what we've just mentioned with the J League boys, because MLS is just a little bit more glamorous than J League. No shots, but that's just how it is. But equally, I'd prefer, like, if you're giving me the $130 or $150 MLS lineup or the $50 contender, I think I'm picking the contender lineup times 3 and just running it 3 times.
And running it 3 times, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much better Division 1 is. Top prize is $1,000 for Division 1. Division 2 is $350.
Wow, yeah, that's top heavy if we've ever seen it, right? So yeah, that's the other thing. Then you need 3 lineups in Division 1 realistically.
It helps. I have none.
Yeah, I don't think I have any either. But
does this mean my next lineup is in 3? Somehow I've only had 1 limited in season.
I'd assume so, but
and then the
honestly,
last one in 5.
I don't know. I think it could be 2 4s or 4 and a 5, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but
Toby said I'm gutted. I'm just in D2 this weekend. Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, that's my issue right now with a lot of my lineups across anywhere. It's just lots of D2s, and to get into D1, as we know, it is very tough.
Yeah, I was trying to make the point to Sean yesterday that getting into D1 is very tough now, but falling out of D1 is also harder, which is nice. Like,
right? Yeah.
So, yeah, where's the exit? Said my next one would be 3.
Yeah, I think I fell down in Challenger Super Rare D1 because I didn't score 340 points. It's like, fair, okay, but like,
Mike said, why all D1? If I win D1 and D2, that's 1,300, which is actually 1,350. But first and second in D1 is 1,600.
Yeah, you'd prefer it all to be in the same division, realistically.
Right. You'd prefer them all in Division 1.
Yeah, 100%.
Jack said getting out of Division 4 is harder than winning the lottery in Prem. You need 400 points. Yeah, I mean, stop stacking.
Just buy 5 smashes.
Yeah.
Make sure they're all at home.
While we're gator guying things.
Yeah. I think we need to Urban Dictionary gator guying things.
Sweeping the podium gets you 1,900.
And then you're laughing.
Yeah. Somebody, who did I tell? Where did I meant to see this? Oh, Satonio, the bot, finished like 5th and 6th or 6th and 7th
No way.
in Prem in season limited last week, and with 2 totally different teams.
No way. I was gonna say.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry, not even close to 2 totally different teams.
The exact same.
4 of the exact same players and 2 different goalies. Sorry, there were 2 lineups I saw that I don't even remember where I saw them, but they were like 1/10 of a point away from each other with 5 different players, and that's when I was like, oh, that's crazy. Let me see if I can find it. Satonio also finished 3rd in contender in season Division 1 last week with this lineup. Rangers stacked with Kuro Sanchez.
That's how you do it. Because Rangers don't really have like a smasher mid is the issue.
The old Ajax problem from years ago. Here we go.
Yeah.
So he finished 5th and 6th in Prem in-season Division 1 with, it was a Spurs stack at first, Vicario, Romero, Van de Ven, Madison, Son, if that looks familiar to anybody. And then the next one was just Allison instead.
That's wild. So he's bought 2 sets of Tottenham. That's like an interesting one though, isn't it? Because one will get the collection bonus and one won't, right?
Correct.
So like, has he put all the collection bonus boys together there? Because he doesn't look like he has. Because Van de Ven's on 9 XP down here, and he's on 5 at the top.
Yes. Well,
he's like mixed. He's mixed them all.
He's mixed them. Yeah, there was no. I was going to because this Madison is actually higher than this one.
Yeah.
But this Romero. Oh no, this Romero. Oh, he captained. That's 9%. 9.
Yeah.
5. Yeah. So the one that finished higher had
the lower Van de Ven.
On all of them, right? Like Romero's 6.5 versus 9. Van de Ven was 5 versus 9. So Madison was.
Oh right, yeah.
Or that's 10.5. Yeah, just totally mixed it up.
Weird.
Yeah. Look, he didn't captain Van de Ven in one. He does auto bid on low auctions, but I don't think that's what got him here for these lineups.
But like to buy those 5 cards, to do what he did there, costs way more than $50, as we obviously know, and he's only winning 147 in one of the lineups. I know he's winning it twice, but
he had to pay.
And he's not. There's just no jack. I mean, there is if you win it, but like from what he won there, outlay to reward, I know he can play him. That's the one thing that we're kind of not missing, but not maybe covering is like the longevity in the thing we're doing here. Like we're punching really fast and hoping that we knock someone out. But like if we don't, you're probably going to get knocked out, right? Because you haven't got any games left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's definitely pushback on this strategy. But the nice thing about it is quote unquote cheap to do. It really is. And it's not as if you don't have to get rid of these cards. But I guess another point that we probably haven't gone into too much is like you can do that with the 8 weeks now with the J League and stuff, but then you can move into, because like at that point Europe is going to be cheaper. In season Europe is going to be cheaper at that point on paper, right? Because there's less games in 2 months' time. So like the objective, the strategy still is the same situation, really.
Sure.
Have a base, maybe have a European base of a defensive stack. Like we said with Rangers, it doesn't work this weekend because they're playing Celtic. But every other weekend, it's going to work, apart from when they play Celtic again. So, like, I think that could be a play because you've already got half or two-fifths of the European lineup ready to go once J League, K League, and all the fun leagues are done. Situation. So, like, you're not like starting from scratch. You've already got a base. You just need to buy the mid, the forward, and the extra. Like, I think that's the safer way to play it because at the end of those 8 games or however many until the K League finishes and J League, like you're not left with nothing. Like you're not just scratching your head going, hang on a minute. Like I'm, my route back into this jackpot fun thing is, more than it kind of should be if I didn't buy the European cards previously.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of taking advantage of the community's general desire to get out of cards before their utility is up.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I wonder if we'll see a huge drop in like the Austrian cards because they take like that absurdly long break with like 10 games left there. Well, I don't even know how many they play beforehand. But somebody made a joke that those lineups probably cost Satonio a lot less than other people. But this is the Romero thing. And I was like, oh, bought it on 8-12. And I'm like, oh yeah, all of these auctions here. And there's Satonio.
No way.
Buying the lower one.
What a legend.
Yeah. I keep going back to what you like. I keep thinking about what you said before, that there's really no other place on the platform where you can turn $50 into $1,000.
You just can't do it. And then this comes into the question of like, should that happen at the lowest scarcity?
Yes. I mean, in fairness, you're winning. The $1,000 prize is lower than everywhere else.
It is, but entry is way lower.
Yeah.
But it's harder to win on paper. More lineups.
More lineups, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But the fact that it is cheaper makes it easier. Right? Like it's
I mean,
the entry point's easier.
Let's be honest here. We're talking about ease of playing, not necessarily the ease of finishing first place.
No, of course. Yeah.
So
the entry is easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it's a very different game. Like, I don't think you can really pull this off with like the Prem or La Liga or Bundesliga.
No. You can't luck box your way. Not luck box. You can't like, gator guy your way into it. Like, you can't as much because the stakes are higher realistically, and the actual risk to reward or the jackpot element is still there, but it's not as crazy as $50 to $1,000. Like, we tried to do it, right? $150 Prem lineup. And let's be honest, it was a rubbish team.
Oh yeah.
Like it wasn't a good Prem team. And what's the most you can win in Prem limited in season?
Prem limited, like this weekend, Division 1 pays $1,500.
So on paper you could 10x, but let's be honest, we didn't buy the best team there. To buy the best team, you're probably spending 500 minimum, let's say. So you're 3x your way there, or like, that's. Whereas in Contender, like, you literally can buy the best 5 cards for a game week for $50, $60.
Yeah,
like, and that is the mental thing about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Presumably you like I would say like the resale value of those cards is obviously much like you're buying in lower, you're not going to be able to resell them. Like Prem cards, I feel like maybe the prices stick around a little bit longer, but
yeah. I don't know. I just think it's just a weird concept, isn't it? That like Contender, I know, on paper they are, they are the cheaper cards, but should the jackpot prize there be as jackpotty as it is, if that makes sense? Like, if it is only a $50 entry with the best lineup possible, I know that doesn't necessarily mean the best score possible for that weekend, but on paper, they should do pretty well. Like, should there be a grand there, really? And I know I'm not coming from like a hater's perspective. I'm just being genuinely like asking the question: should that be a thing? Should it be 1.5K for the Prem when cards are way more expensive than a grand? Like, is the disparity too close for you? What do you think is fair?
I think it's
a realistic standpoint.
Yeah. The only reason why I think it's fair is because you're competing against like significantly fewer people in Prem.
Fair.
But that's also the reason. It's actually the player pool is the reason why I don't really like to play those. Like, when you look at what happened this past weekend in the Prem, and that was, I think, more of an anomaly than people are giving it credit for. But like Spurs smashed, Liverpool had pretty decent scores. The Arsenal scores weren't great. City smashed. So the issue that I have generally with that, with single league ones, is like, if a team smashes and you don't have them, there are only like so many other places you can go to get those scores. Whereas in Challenger and Contender, because the player pool, I mean, it goes back exactly to the all-star mentality of previous, that like, why would you pay so much for Mbappe when you can get the same scores from Cecilia.
Yeah.
And like, I always love that part of the game. And so that's why I like keep playing contender.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you've been quietly doing this over the last couple of weeks, realistically, haven't you? Like you've not, you've been, I think you won D2 a couple of weeks ago, last week or the week before. You had another finish this weekend. Yeah, I mean, you've literally done what we've just said, realistically, without us even realizing in
Totally
rare,
by
effectively.
accident, yeah.
Yeah, like you did you won the Osaka from a reward button that gets you
Mhm.
into in season, like little things like that. And not everyone's lucky enough to win those cards and whatever. It's a lot of luck involved, but yeah, like you've been doing that for a little while, to be fair, in those scarcities, and it shows. It does kind of it pays off in that, like, you're actually not outlaying a stupid amount to have the funky cards, to have the in season
Sure.
prem cards, because they're in fashion right now. And I don't know, I think we just get not us, but people in general, us, in some capacity as well. I've done it with the champ, but like we just get blinded by some things like that, right? You see the big lights, you see the packets, you see the essence, and like it's all shiny and all that stuff. And that's kind of what Sorare want us to do. They want us to impulse buy and all that stuff, and great. But if you really sort of pull back the curtains and realize where the actual bread is kind of made, like
Mhm.
it is in these like sneaky weird little nooks and crannies of contender in season, D1, rare, limited. Like that is where it really goes down, but no one wants to really like think it does. You know what I mean? Like no one wants to admit that, but it just is.
Where I can assure you is not where it's at is in super rare.
Yeah, Jesus, another conversation for another day. But
Yeah. Mike said, bottom line, it doesn't freaking matter who's getting the scores. It's about getting them regularly and as cheaply as possible. Like, really, that's what it's about. Kanana, who I believe was one of our Mike Basson imposters. Yes, rewards come out in 67 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jax, when is Sorare Data going to update the game weeks to 3, 4? I don't know. It's a good question, though. I think we were making sure that they weren't actually sticking with them. It sounds like I'm joking, but that's dead serious. Anyway, I like the great comment from Sorare Josh. $600 in contender is the same as $600 in champion. It's almost like some people forget that sometimes. I think I understand why people play those competitions. Like they love the Prem, they love the Bundesliga, and they just want to focus on that. And like, that's great. But there are like a number of people like myself who have played this game for a long time and appreciate these like random teams that they have that, and we can still play them. So it's great. Andy Black checking in, just saying he ate a peach. Tier 0 fruit. Agreed on the tier 0. Banana next, tier 2.
Peach tier 0.
You don't think so?
Oh nah, I'm a big fruit guy. Like I love my fruit, but I don't think peach is up there as a star rare. I think pineapple's firmly up there.
Sure.
Yeah, pineapple's a star rare. Watermelon's a tier 1 comfortably. Is there any other obscure? I do like a kiwi. Now I don't know if I can put it up in star rare, but it's definitely a tier 1.
Toby's on star for the kiwi. I know
Kiwi's
Black
really
is, but
is he? Black's a star rare kiwi.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, sorry we got sidetracked there. Of course, it was Andy saying, "Oh, yeah." Andy's also. I think Andy also puts mango in the star tier, which is. Mike said Peach is one of those tier zeros that was a keeper. Had a job for 6 games and is now the backup.
Like actually, that's so accurate.
Surely dragon fruit for the Welshman Harry.
I've never tasted dragon fruit. I'll be honest. I know what it looks like, but I genuinely never tasted one.
I'm not sure I've ever, I've had dragon fruit like flavored drinks.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't think I've actually ever eaten a dragon. I don't even know how you eat it.
I do like a blueberry though. Like very, very underrated.
I'm out.
Wow.
You know, like just straight blueberries, I'm out. But if you have it in some sort of like
a yogurt. Yeah.
No. Like it's got to be
Oh.
in a baked good, like a muffin or anything with
blueberry muffins. Better than chocolate chip. I'm just going to put it out there.
Arthur, mango's better than Mbappe. It's great. A blueberry, like just one.
I mean, as long as it's as long as it's good enough, one's fine. One could do a job.
Anyway, all in on the blueberry hype train.
Yeah, if you know.
Anyway, can't beat a grape. Come on.
Oh,
Of course we can beat a grape. I love grapes, but we can beat grapes.
Shocking shout. I do like a grape, but Jesus, you can't. Nah.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing?
This is making me look back at the rewards we're going to hopefully win in a few minutes. Good rewards. I can't remember what my best lineup was this week and what fruit I know blueberry got promoted from D2 to D1.
That's huge.
That was it. I got a challenger one promoted.
Rascal just put an absolute tier 0 comment in the chat.
About grape? Grapes are the threshold grinders.
That is an incredible comment. That's brilliant.
Anyway.
I'm crying.
But yeah, banana also promoted from D2 to D1. How about that?
So, yeah. So our soul's got it.
Until you turn the grapes into wine. There you go. Anyway, are you going to come back to contender?
Well, I tried to sell you off my only contender super goalkeeper last night, and you weren't having any of it. So,
sorry, I just noticed I got pushed down to 12th.
Ooh,
from 10th. So I went from winning $150 yesterday to $80 now.
No way. Oh, that's absolutely good. Yeah, that's a kick. That's a kick in the teeth. What, after the game week as well?
I wouldn't say I checked right. I definitely checked this morning.
And
it was still at 100.
Am I coming back? I mean, the problem is I have a footprint there. It's just like I don't have an in-season footprint there is the issue.
Harry is a Challenger Plus snob now.
I mean, I can't help the cards.
$50. $50, you get right back into the contender in season.
Like I genuinely, I mean, I wouldn't pick the exact same lineup as we've done, but it'd be very, very close just because I'm sure others have picked up the same cards, which is fine. But like that does kind of excite me. Like just doing that for a couple of weeks in limited in season. Like I'm not going to do it in rare because I just don't want to do that.
I don't think it's worth it.
But then I say that though, Laird. I don't have an end. Like I've never played that competition, so my entry is just going to be so low, isn't it? That's the restriction.
Let's go.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I can't even get out of D4 under 23. Never mind.
There it is. There's a whole new series for you, Harry.
I mean, to be fair, that could make a nice little mini series for a couple of weeks.
I will say that I think it ends up being you're going to be at a net loss for a while as you climb.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've got D3. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, I do. Yeah, D3.
Yeah, there we go.
I can win. What can I win? $150.
Surf said he's got some outfielders to go with that super rare goalie you've got.
I have outfielders as well. It's just I just don't like to play him there. I just play him in under 23 is the issue. But yeah, that honestly, Mikey, that could be actually a really nice little mini series to end the that type of the season of J League and K League and stuff.
Here we go.
Yeah, I don't mind the sound of that. I really don't.
Can I make money playing in-season contender until Christmas?
Basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't make it in Classic, so.
Here's this question from Francisco. Bold take regarding rare cards in season. With this pre-launch of more than 50% of the cards launched within a month per player. Need percentage to rewards. That leaves a low. So because they've sold so many cards before the season.
Yeah, we've said that, haven't we? Yeah, secondary
auctions. Do you think prices go up?
Well, I mean, secondary gets a lot less pressure on it, right? For people to win those cards.
Throwing a shocked thumbnail and the job done.
I'll work on that today.
I think there are too many people thinking that's what's going to happen. And I just don't think it's going to happen.
What now? Sorry, say that again.
I think there are too many people who think because Sorare sold a ton of rare cards now,
right,
that the secondary market will go up when they don't have any cards left. And I'm just not sure it's going to happen.
I don't know, Led. I don't know because, I mean, I know it's a very small sample size, but I told you before I went on stream, I literally put up an in-season Bundesliga card. The only competition right now, to be fair, is Sorare. There's an instant buy. There's no other cards on the market. My only competition is that, that $900 Sorare card. If I put mine up, for 90, and somebody wants an in-season Bundesliga card for this weekend, chances are, they're going to come to me realistically, unless they want the collection bonus, of course. I don't know. I do think that rings true a little bit. I do. Like, I mean, Feder looked yesterday. I think most cards are at like 40 mints, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kimmich is at like 42. So what do they actually sell it? Is it 50? Is it 60?
60.
It's 60, yeah? Because then they reward the other 40. Okay. So we're still, we still got a third left of what they're going to sell. So maybe we don't see that effect happen now for a little bit. But the issue then is we're halfway through the season by that point, realistically, right?
Yeah.
By the time, so their in seasonness and that eligibility side of things of what you can win halves. So like your Kimmiches should be on paper half the price, but at least there would be less pressure though, right? Because Sorare aren't selling any.
So Josh has a great one here that the secondary value is going to be depressed because of market credits because you can only use them for primary.
Yeah, fair. That's a good point. You've mentioned that, right? Like nobody knows if you paid with the market credit. So, the auction will look X amount higher, but ultimately it could even be way more of a margin because like Josh has just said, yeah, they can use, or people can use market credits.
Yeah. Yep. I was going to bring this. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say being depressed, like the secondary being depressed or whatever is different to being able to sell that card, if that makes sense. Like the price might be lower, but you can still sell it easier. Maybe is the theory, right?
Yep. I will say that even without market credits, I found myself really wanting to buy cards on the primary market just for collection bonus.
I mean, yeah, at this point, it is becoming a lot more apparent that, collection is, it is playing a big part in a lot of these, in all competitions, I guess. But then, if we circle it all the way back, like, the $50, strategy, that doesn't care about collection bonus. That doesn't discriminate.
Absolutely.
Like, not to say that we wouldn't get, pipped out of a certain spot because we don't have it. Maybe we do, but raw scores at the end of the day is what brings home the bacon most of the time. But like you said, and like we've all said, if you have a stack of players and you just be prepared that you're going to be up against a lot more guys with same lineups but more XP a lot of the time. So
yeah. Graham's got some breaking news here. Sam Johnstone signed for Wolves and his price has doubled.
Amazing. I sold mine months ago and I probably got nothing for it. Amazing.
I found myself. You ever do that where like a card you sold literally like a year ago finally comes good and you're like, oh,
kind of
so long ago.
To be fair, yeah, he just sold for £74 7 minutes ago. There's one up for £71. Yeah, I mean, he might be doubling in limited. To be fair, yeah, people are.
Does he definitely start?
I mean, Jose's size and up to much, but I think it's close. I don't think it's like an easy one to say, to predict. Sorry.
Yeah. I like this question from Sorare Soul before. What's your take on the value of these special in-seasons we have? Sell the early hype or use them in the special? Harry and I have talked quite a bit about this with each other.
Yeah, what do you mean by play them in the special, if that makes sense?
Like the Eredivisie specials or the JPL ones. Like
right. I thought you meant like special edition cards, not that, no?
Oh.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
The value of these special in-seasons will have sell the early hype or use them. I think use them in the special. Oh, I guess there's a special for those too, right? For special editions. And then we're supposed to have that too.
There's an in-season. Oh, I don't know. At the bottom of one of the the latest schedule. There's something for new season cards. I didn't know whether it was specific to specials. It could
Oh, I
be
thought it
though.
was special editions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. I mean, it depends, because if you have a collection of that card that turned special, then it's like, well, you won the extra collection points probably.
Yeah. He's saying the special for special
okay.
editions.
I mean, to be fair, you can win cash in that comp as well, so there will be demand, I think, but I'd rather play the comp. Like if I luck into a special, probably going to keep it, right? Because
I don't think I know anyone who targets the specials like you do, like the league specials like that. And I'm the person who like half-asses it, and then I'm like, oh, I should sell, and then I play, and then my half-ass lineup doesn't hit, and then my cards drop in value. Like I think trading opportunities are still like that. Those are the best trading opportunities on Sorare right now. But it seems like you're the one who always plays them.
Yeah, I do like playing them because it's just like a kickstart into, like, if I'm happy to keep the stack anyway, it's just like a nice little, like, it could pay off in one game week.
Yeah.
Realistically, which, realistically it isn't going to happen, but you can, if you're very lucky. And the JPL one, the second one rings around this weekend, right? So there should be a little bit of hype around that, but that's gone under the radar because Sorare just advertising the once in a lifetime, which is like 3 times now in a lifetime, Zidane opportunity. So yeah, I think people are just forgetting that the JPL one exists.
Hope so, because I'm going to probably get in there. Andy said, do you think you'll be able to tell if a condom card is special before opening it? I.e., will there be some sort of value in not opening them from the market or for the market? I don't think so.
You're never going to know, though, either, is the issue.
Right. It'll be I think it's only once you open it.
But like, you could be like, well, everyone's opened their condoms and there's no special. I still have my condom. On paper, mine could be the special, or is
this could be the special one. Yeah, I don't think anybody is going to like buy a card thinking like, so how many have been opened? Or yeah,
definitely not.
Do you have any hesitation on the specials because there are no boxes?
Not really, to be honest.
It's the boxes have totally messed with my head now that I'm just like,
really?
I look at it and I'm just like, but no boxes, as if I'm like winning tons of boxes, which I'm not.
Yeah, neither am I. But like, no, I don't know. I think cash is enough. I spoke about it yesterday on the podcast, but like, there was a time, like a couple of months ago, Laird, where I think we've had conversations, and it was just like a general consensus that Classic was better than in season. Like, let's just be real, it was. And now, fast forward 2 months, they've added, boxes to in season, which has made them better, of course. More people win those boxes. We get it. And now Classic is like obviously down in the dumps after after 2 game weeks. But I don't know. I don't think this is another conversation, but I don't think in season really needs those boxes. Personally, it's a lovely, nice to have, but I think the in season's good enough as it is with the cash on offer. Who cares? I've just won $1,000 led from my $50 lineup. I couldn't care less about a box. I'm sorry, but it's just not enough of a differential to like make. I think you mentioned it as another conversation though, the midweeks with the Champions League stuff, and you were like, why do you need cards and the cash? And I know it looks like now they've changed it or whatever, but at the time it was like just cash, $4,000 or $8,000 or whatever, the win $7,000. It's enough. It's more than enough. Who cares about the star rare, which is great, but like give that to Classic. Just little things like that. I just think they could just distribute a few little bits and bobs, in better areas. And yeah, it could make for for certain sides of the game, i.e. Classic, does more boxes make Classic better? Yes, but how much better? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So I was just looking at this JPL special for this weekend, and the prize pool for rare and limited is exactly the same in terms of total money.
Okay.
First place in limited is 1,500. First place in rare is 2,000. Third place, rare 1,000, limited 900.
So it's basically the same. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you build, because those cards have gone down as well.
Yeah.
Like, I paid like $80 for a Van Kronberg or whatever, and he's like $50. And that was before we knew he was starting, so or £50. I'd be interested to see the ratio of like what you could build a good JPL team for this weekend for compared to the rare version. Like, what's the multiple? And then there's X amount of, there's going to be way more limited players, I guess, but Like,
Yeah,
okay,
they're
are you
surely
better
more
off
limiteds. Yeah.
playing 3 limiteds or 1 rare in the JPL?
I mean, from a top prize perspective, you definitely play limited.
Really? Because it's the same, basically.
Yes, basically. I mean, top prize is better, but
Right.
like fifth place in limited is 450.
Wow.
Wait a minute. What place did I say?
You said third was 900, I think.
Fifth place in rare
Yeah.
is $400. Fifth place in limited is 450. It's more in
Wow.
limited.
Who distributes these prizes? Like, how can you win more in the limited version of the exact same position? That doesn't seem right with me, and that's not hating on limited in any way. Like, I'm I'm contemplating making a series around it now.
Yeah,
But like,
like
Jesus, what
8
are
to
we doing?
10 is the same. Like 8th, 9th, and
Yeah,
10th gets the same. 6th and
interesting.
7th also the same.
So 70 get paid in 160 in limited. Right now, there's 600 to 140.
So yeah, if you just like the 10-5, 10-5, 2,000, 1,500, 1,000, 700, and 400. And limited is 15, 12, 900, 700, 450.
You could probably build a half decent JPL team for $50 easily, I think.
With only 3 in season cards needed.
Of course, yeah. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that about that. Let me just see what the Genks goalie. I know there's a bit of wow. So £9 for Henrik van Kronberg, who's at home to Westerlo. Who, okay, granted, we don't know 100% if he's going to play or not. Like, I get it, but like £9 for the in season, £8.64 last sales. I think you could do it for 20 quid. I'm not even joking. Okay, Quest is 5. So what's that? 13 for 2 in seasons. Tolu limited is 8 quid for the. You could do it for like 40 quid comfortably. £40, $60 roughly. You could basically get a gang stack for $60.
Yep.
And they're at home.
They're gonna win 4-3 though.
Probably, yeah, with how JPL is yeah. As a league, definitely. I don't know. I just think
can't hold the Westerlo boys down long.
No, they always put up a good fight, won't they?
Germ knows.
Stats in, baby.
Man, that's weird. So that's okay. So now we're spending $50 to win contender in season and $50 to win the JPL special.
That's perfect. You're winning like $100 on you this weekend, or this?
I was until a few minutes ago.
All right, but I'm sure you're winning cash in another comp, aren't you? Like a little $30.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can squeeze it. I think you could squeeze it.
It's tempting.
I mean,
you don't have to worry about divisions with the JPL one.
No, just straight in. And you can do 3 if you really want to be greedy. Like, actually,
yeah.
I don't know. $100.
Jack says where's the exit? Says just back the over 2.5 also.
Can't lose then.
Let me see. Hold on. How many people? So the last payout is 160th in limited for $10, and the last in rare is 70th for $50. 70th in limited pays 30. God. Yeah.
Realistically, I mean, Club Bruges plays Circle of Bruges. That's a bit of a is a derby. Gent play midweek and they play Antwerp again. Not an easy game. Union USG play Anderlecht. Not an easy game.
Not easy.
Kortrijk, I mean, you're not really going to back them at home. Leuven play Standard Liège, and Liège just don't concede goals. Dender play Beerschot, and they're both promoted sides. And Mechelen play Charleroi at home. So, like, genuinely now, there's not like a standout fixture there at all.
I assume Bruges and Genk are the biggest favorites?
Probably, but Circular, I mean, they're not terrible. They probably are because they're at home, as in Club Brugge are at home, but Yeah, again to like 40%, I think. I don't know what Club Brugge are. I'm going to assume similar. I can't imagine it's miles off.
I thought they were. Yeah, they're 60%.
Yeah, 60. Yeah, it's a bit false for me, that. I mean, they've won like one game all season, haven't they?
There's Genk, 55.
Yeah.
And
Leuven, but like Liège literally don't concede goals. I don't think they've
still there, is he? Oh no, okay.
No, he hasn't. He's kept a clean sheet in every game. And at the start of the season, they were worried that he wouldn't be good enough.
Wow.
Like every single game. Well,
apart from lost to Kortrijk.
Just the 40 AA.
Just the 40 AA.
Yeah. Which outscores nearly every one of his other games apart from one.
6 diving saves. Get out of here with that.
He knows the matrix.
There's no way that's right.
He was literally the cheapest under 23 keeper before the start of the season because like he hadn't started and whatever. And like
I'm sure.
He was kind of known that he was going to play. It was just like, the board aren't like that satisfied with going into the season with Empolo and whatever. And he's turned out to be literally the best keeper so far.
Wow. Good to know. Wow. So yeah, go play in season.
Well, in 45 minutes, so 44 minutes, you're going to be buying 2 sets of in-season lineups.
Like, just get the money in my wallet, please. Yeah, we'll see. Uh-oh, we lose Harry?
No, I'm here.
Oh, no, there you go. All right.
Oh, yeah, my Wi-Fi did go a bit weird, though.
I think that's the right time to end. Because you got stuff to do at 2. Quinny's got stuff at 2. Maybe those combine a little bit. We'll see.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit earlier than Quinny just so I can not disrupt his stuff. But yeah, I'll be live up in 30 minutes. Yeah. 1:45
now. Oh yeah, going through. Yeah. Perfect. All right. So everyone go over to Harry Trades' channel in 33 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
opening Challenger D1 rewards, baby. I didn't win.
Even better. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming. If you could please like the video. There are, 161 people right now watching this video. Surely, Harry, we're at 160 likes, right?
I mean, you'd hope so.
57.
Ah, lads, come on. Shocking.
What are we doing? Anyway, if you're watching this later, if you could like the video, unlike these people in the chat who are just too busy chatting and not enough time liking. But anyway, thank you to everybody. If you have anything that you'd want Harry and I to touch on in a show, feel free to reach out to either of us. We're pretty easy to get a hold of. And tomorrow's show is going to be about divisions. And why, if you hate divisions, you are completely wrong. How about that? Anyway, thank you to everybody, and good luck with all your rewards.